This video is going to be something that I haven't done in a while, and that's a video review. And the channel is going back to its roots. Now, before I get into the video review portion of the video, I have to say one thing. I'm done making video responses to Onision because there's no point in me doing it because they're going to do whatever he says in the video anyway, so it's not worth it to make a video response because all I do is get shit on by fanboys and assholes. So I'm fucking done making video responses to him. Whether or not I'll make videos to the CWA and Christian Gay Fan remains to be seen. So let's get to the video review, and it is of the movie A Nightmare on Elm Street, the movie and the DVD. So let's get into it. Now, A Nightmare on Elm Street, as many of you may or may not know, centers around a character called Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger is the main villain in this video, and he starts off as a shitty human being. He just gets worse because he is a child killer who gets off on a technicality, I do believe, and the parents on Elm Street don't take too kindly to that shit, so they basically burn him fucking alive. They keep souvenirs for whatever reason. Nancy's mother has his glove, which is just fucked in a lot of ways, and so the entire movie is about Freddy getting revenge on the parents who killed him by taking it out on their children. And the way he does this is through his powers in the dream world. And I like Freddy a lot more because instead of being in the real world where he kills you, he is in the dream world where you think you're safe because you can't really die in your dreams. That's at least what people are told. But in this movie, you die when you get killed by him in the dream world. And Freddy also toys with his victims. He doesn't outright just kill them, he toys with them. I mean, he basically hangs a guy in a prison cell who was getting framed for the murders anyway. And it's just, Freddy is a better character, marginally, than someone like Mike Myers or Jason, because both Jason and Mike Myers are both silent killers. They don't say anything. Freddy actually does say a lot of things, and he taunts the victims constantly. More so in the later movies, not so much in the first movie. But you can see he has a character. He has a swagger about him. He has a way he does things to the way he kills the people than, say, Freddy or as Jason or Michael Myers. And I mean, all I gotta say about the movie is Johnny Depp gets turned into a goddamn blood fountain. That's the best part of the fucking movie. Seeing Johnny Depp get folded up into a fucking hole in his bed, and he just becomes a blood fountain, which then scares the shit out of his mother, which is fucking awesome. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about the movie. It's a good movie. I don't really like the remake that they made. I never saw the remake, but just from what I saw, it just doesn't look right. And I don't really like the person who they got to play Freddy, because to me, Robert Englund will always be Freddy, and that's who I always picture, and that's who I always think of when I think Freddy. I think Robert Englund and the way he talks and his mannerisms and all that shit. So there's that. Now, onto the DVD itself. If you can get one DVD, I suggest this one because it's cheap, but it also gives you very good features. I mean, it's remastered, 5.1 Dolby. If you have a system like that, it has a featurette called Never Sleep Again, which is the making of the movie. And then there's two things that are beyond the movie. The one of them is called The House That Freddy Built, The Legacy of New Line Horror, which is a good, it shows how Freddy sort of saved New Line cinema and sort of jump-started it and made it what it is today. Because up until that point, New Line cinema wasn't really known, and when Freddy came out, it sort of jump-started the company. And then there's Night Terrors, The Origins of Wes Craven's Nightmares, which is explaining where Wes Craven actually got the idea for the idea of Freddy Krueger and how he kills in the dreams and stuff, which is very interesting. I mean, both of those are very interesting. I mean, I didn't really watch the making of A Nightmare on Elm Street just because it looked... I couldn't get engaged in it enough, but I mean, The House That Freddy Built is a very interesting featurette, and it is very interesting to see how New Line Cinema was pretty much built around Freddy Krueger, and or built from Freddy Krueger, and it's pretty interesting to see the real life inspiration for Freddy Krueger, and if you die in a dream, you die in real life kind of thing. I didn't really get into the Infinifilm interactive features. I never watched it because you had to have to watch it on a computer, and the one out there is a piece of shit, and I only got my laptop recently, and I haven't sat down and actually watched it on the laptop, but I'm assuming it's pretty good considering everything else is pretty good. And I mean, all the stuff that is in the interactive features is like pop-up prompts and Nightmare Fact Track and video clips and stuff, and there's also audio commentary with Wes Craven, Heather Langenkamp, John Saxon, and cinematographer Jacques Heitken, and there's also the alternate endings. Now, the original ending they set up for was that Freddy was actually just dead, but they made a second ending that was the one they put into the movie where basically the kids get into a car, and the car is Freddy, and it just drives off, and they are sort of just getting driven away by Freddy, which is good. If you're gonna get one DVD, I suggest you get this one because it is a pretty decent DVD, and it has a pretty good version of the movie, and all the extra features are pretty well worth it. Yeah, and if you haven't ever watched the original, this one, or the remake, I suggest you watch this one because Robert Englund is a better actor, in my opinion, than the guy who played him in the remake, because the guy in the remake is also the one who played Rorschach in The Watchmen. And all I can think of when I see pictures of the newer movie is Rorschach, because that's what he's known for. I mean, yeah, it's hard to separate Robert Englund from Freddy, but I mean, you can. He's done other things other than this. And he's such a good actor that it sort of speaks for himself. And the guy who played Freddy in the remake, not so much. You get the same kind of person as in Watchmen, which is a detriment. It's a very big detriment to being that actor. But overall, I'd give it a 10 out of 10, both the movie and the DVD, because of the special features, what it shows, and what it talks about, and the inspiration behind the stuff, and all of that shit. So, yeah, 10 out of 10, good movie. I'll probably do a video review of the Halloween DVD I have, and also the Hellraiser DVD I have. Because I talked about the movie Hellraiser, but I didn't really review the movie. I didn't really review the DVD. I have a bunch of other DVDs I can go over, like Appleseed Ex Machina. I didn't talk about the DVD, I don't think. Revenge of the Nerds, which I haven't reviewed, I'm pretty sure. The Batman movie, The Shining DVD I have, The Warriors DVD I had, History of the World Part 1, The Crow, Crash, Jackass, the movie, Evil Dead. So, I mean, if you want to see any of those movies, I have Euro Trip too, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Both Death Note movies, the live-action ones, which I think I talked about, but I never actually reviewed the DVD or anything. Disc 3 of the Death Note, like, anime, which I could talk about. Dark Knight, which I don't think I actually did a review of the DVD, but I think I did talk about the movie. Could talk about the bullshit DVDs I have, season 2 and 3. It's up to you guys. But I'm Resonator's End. This has been a video review. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumb up. Favorite it. Share it if you did like it. all that good shit. I'm gonna go off and try and deal with the real world problems that I have. So, peace out.